maybe maybe this is the perfect time to call you with a usability test of my systems.
Okay.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record this if you don't mind, so I can get the transcript and learn from it. Because
Sure.
and I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. These are recipe questions from the site. I'm not sure if you saw what was done, but I'm basically doing the role of the Un-Robocaller right now, reading the transcript that's generated by the LLM, sort of. And we're learning from it. So the idea is that even if it's not the right question, ideally it should be kind of at the right time and it should be in the right direction. So maybe something will come to mind. You don't have to tell me what it is, but maybe something made you think of something you wouldn't otherwise not have thought of. That's kind of how it's thought of. All right.
All right.
Do you watch soccer or do you play soccer?
Yes, I do.
Interesting.
I started playing when I was 4.
You played
And
quite a bit then.
I coach my kids for 12 years.
All right. Imagine, being a striker and choosing the perfect moment to shoot the goal instead of chasing every pass. So think of that. And on a scale from 0 to 9, where 10 is absolute certainty that your current task drives the Whisper Company mission of secure, frictionless communication and community growth, how aligned is your work today with the vision of creating a better, safer world?
I don't think I understand the question completely. Can you repeat it?
How aligned
On a
is
scale 0 to 10? Or,
yeah? How aligned is what you did today with your mission of that you list for the Whisper Company?
oh, what I did today, I would say probably a 3. I was preoccupied with other things, so.
Okay, well, it was a 3 day. I'm sure you'll have other 9, 10, 15 days coming up at some point.
Oh yeah, I had some of those last week.
That's, you can say more than 10. Just I'll put that in there. So next one. Think of the Whisper Company as a championship dominoes table where each player knows the strategy so well they can win matches without your guidance. On a scale from 0 to 9, where 10 is that culture of trust, how scalable is the leadership at this point for autonomous innovation?
Autonomous simulation. I would say no more than a 7.
All right, 7 is pretty good. Next one. Picture a sailboat gliding smoothly across the ocean, rigged and perfectly tuned to harness the wind. On a scale from 0 to 9, where 10 is your development process for PUA and CHE at the Whisper Company, creates momentum rather than resistance, how streamlined are the workflows for delivering secure communications and solutions?
I would say about a 9.
Oh, wow, that's not bad. Next one. Imagine your work at the Whisper Company as a beacon of trust, like the Lighthouse guiding ships safely to the shore. I pasted your stuff in there, so it knows you have something to do with Venezuela.
Okay.
On a scale from 0 to 9, where 10 is I proudly share the full impact of this POA and CA technologies on privacy and security with global community. How aligned are your decisions with the mission to protect sensitive information ethically?
10. That's a given, yeah.
Okay. If that's a bad question, I mean, it sounds like a good question.
Yeah.
Next one. Envision your day as a perfectly played Dominoes match. Did you publish something about Dominoes, Benito?
I would say a good domino player. Yes.
Okay.
After that, I mean, you mentioned soccer, domino, and sailing, and I've done all of those.
All right. LLMs find all kinds of stuff. Where each move is deliberately setting you up for the next success on a scale from 0 to 9, where 10 is I'm strategically designing my time to balance innovation at the Whisper Company, research at MAC, and community leadership at AVA. How intentionally are you shaping your days to achieve this vision?
I wish it was more, but I have to say like a 6 or 7. That's it.
All right, interesting.
I'm struggling with that. I don't like too many balls in the air, but
Yeah, strategic time allocation appears to be critical for you. A lot of balls in the air.
yeah.
So setting it up as dominoes seems to be a good metaphor here. Maybe that's why you opened my email, and I called you because you're easily distracted. Who knows?
Oh, it's all right. I needed a break.
Right?
I'm just drawing a recurring neural net that implements Ron Jakarta.
See, this is exactly what the service is supposed to do. It's just a moment to offload your thinking and brainstorm about these things and put them to the side, because then you've taken however many minutes to do that. We took 7 minutes so far. It can probably be done in less, and it can be done with a robot. But yeah, it looks like we're starting to get the process sort of correct for the questions working. Do you mind if I publish anything you said, or should I just publish it as
It's all right. Yeah, you can use my name. No problem.
Okay, excellent. Maybe I'll do that.
I'm involved with AVA. I was the founder president, but not in the board or anything. But I just happened to meet the president twice last week, and my son is the vice president. So.
Oh wow! Of what exactly? Who did you meet?
AVA, the Austin Venezuelan Association.
I see. All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to plug? Because if you don't mind, I might publish this as one of our first calls, because the idea of these, there are actually search engine optimization strategies in this, right? We use this content to learn and therefore publish. Like, there are some coaching that is very private, but there's others that is sort of, it's an opportunity to share and it's an opportunity to learn. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there are so many Venezuelans here in the U.S., and because of the current obsession with some group of Venezuelans, a lot of people are suffering. So we're trying to figure out how to help. So,
well,
it's unfortunate.
I see. Okay. Well, you're passionate about that. I don't have an issue about publishing that, so to speak. So it might actually lead to something interesting. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to test what we're doing here. Is there anything you'd like to ask or add?
Yeah, I'm curious on how the questions came about. The system itself figured them out, or by looking at my social, my profile, or whatever is in the web?
At this point, it's a hybrid human touch thing. I've worked up a list of 75 plus recipes. They're based on a whole bunch of stuff. They're published on thetacoach.biz. and they're divided up. I guess you could call it management styles if you like, but it's a lot more than that. It's about how to prompt you with an association that's in the right area for what you need, not necessarily the right question exactly, but the area. So I take those, which is a list of like 75 categorized angles or perspectives, right, that are designed to bring to mind the idea, and I combine that with whatever I can find on your social media. I put that into an LLM, and I ask it to curate a list of 5 of these things and adapt them to you, basically. And then it comes up with those.
It was pretty good.
I appreciate that. I mean, it will be done automatically, and that's the basis for the Un-Robocall. So the idea is that you can brainstorm, and it'll take notes, and that's how we know when to call you with what questions later. Because the more calls you do, the better it'll get at asking questions and know what you might want to think about when. And then the idea that it will take you out of your grind and focus on whatever connections you might not be making at the moment. So the whole point is that it's proactive. It's supposed to happen. The robot's supposed to call you proactively. Now it happens because you open an email. So when you open the email, it initiates that process, and I'm doing it like as a hybrid right now, right? And the map of thought instead of the chain of thought that I'm working on that I explained to you, that's how we use it for goal alignment, both for humans and for robots, right? And that requires the overview of what you care about, your priorities. So I appreciate the question, because you can actually go into your account since you've logged in and put your goals and your social media stuff into the My Accounts part, and it will keep that in mind when it generates this output. And then it will use that to figure out how often do you like to be called, what questions do you need to have, what part of the week. Is it better to ask this question on a Thursday or a Monday? And all those things are combined. And it's the same complex combinatorial explosion type of problem that you have in aligning goals in AIs, because there's too many interrelated factors to even start defining what those things mean. And so the map helps with that. We just haven't gotten that far yet.
That's interesting. I mean, there is, I met this engineer, used to work for NI, and she decided to start a company. You should probably take a look at that. The company is Quimby, Quimby, Quimby. That it also props some questions, but it is more on your kind of mental health, how satisfied you are. So, I mean, there might be some synergy there with what you're doing. So.
Spell it again, please. Quinbay. QUIM
as in Mary, B as in boy, Y. Quimby.
That's a mental health company. Quimby.
Quimby.
Okay, I'm making a note to check it out. Maybe I'll add it to your...
I know her. She used to be in Dallas, but now she's here in Austin. We were in accelerator for diversity, minorities. She's of Indian descent. So if you want me to contact, put you guys in contact, let me know. Or go ahead and tell her I send you.
I mean, I don't. Managing partnerships is quite a big undertaking. That would be great if I could offload some of my stuff, but if they're running a startup, they're also probably not in the mood of being offloaded onto.
Probably not.
So I'm doing this as the front-facing part of the fractal identity map. That's the whole point. If I can't prove it on data center scale AIs, if it works for
I mean,
you.
she might be able to use or incorporate some of your stuff into hers.
Talking to her would be useful. Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to just say no. It's, but it's not that I'm opinionated, but there's a very clear direction of where I'm going, and most people have their own clear direction. So I'd be very interested in learning what their direction is for sure. But yeah. I'd love that.
Yeah. I mean, talking about how you did it, it just popped into my head. So.
All right. Well, maybe I'll put this up as the first public Un-Robocall session, and you're plugging Quimby. That's wonderful. That's perfect.
All right. She will appreciate it, I guess.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, why not?
Elias.
Yes, that's right. I appreciate you taking my call, Benito. You enjoy your day. Enjoy your evening.
You too. Take care.
Take care.